Can I be real or is it boring? To give you a peace of mind, cause mine is so enormous. Way past the norm, Norman, while you're conforming. Like comforting mattresses.
What up, though? It's that nigga mine, man. So, it's been a controversy, I guess, of Arie just made a post about, Young Miami song and how the destruction of black people is imminent. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always been a thing, but she finally realized some shit. Like, hey, no matter of fact, before we get into this, like, subscribe, and share. I keep forgetting that. Like, subscribe, and share so we hit that 100K today. Don't listen to what I gotta say. We about to see what they about to say. Let's go.
And so for that song of the summer, I won't be listening.
And they got the kids doing this. And they don't think these messages mean anything. They don't think these words have consequences. Words have vibration behind them. All this stuff, these young girls hear this song, they're going to grow up and they're going to be like Megan Thee Stallion. They're going to be like Cardi B. They're going to be like Nicki Minaj. And if you look at those as great figures in society, you are the problem. Plain and simple. And this is a grown adult behind the camera. Like, this is funny. They don't realize it because they're in a slumber. A lot of people is sleep, man. Sleep. Yeah, I'm smoking weed, I'm drinking. I'm an adult. I can't even say I was introduced by adults around me, because the adults when I grew up, whatever they did, they hid. So they smoke, they drink. You would never see them do it. You will see the aftermath. They come in fucked up and you're drunk and you be like, why they acting like this? But you would never see what caused it. Like, now you introducing your kids to shit to influence them that promote exactly what they shouldn't be introduced to. Period. Now they influenced by it. And it's sad. Just like doing the parties and shit from a young age. Fuck all that party shit. Don't, like, my mama did, she gave me a party when I was like 9, 10 or something. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. She ain't give me no more parties. Now as an adult, I understand in a bit of a sense why she did it. She was like, nigga, I'm not about to be cleaning up behind these kids. They fucked my house up. But in the same sense, you don't want to condition and train your kids to be party goers, to be going to bars all the time, all this shit. Because that's why a lot of women having kids out of wedlock, all this, and now we got these split families because y'all wanted to go fucking party. You know what I'm saying? So this shouldn't be the default mindset of our people, just in general. And it's a grown man.
Nigga says, spend that money sad. 25th is hard to guess. You're gonna go, yeah, babe. Booties need just way out there. Stuff not shitty out there. Just a sip and hop some pegs.
Just the same thing like back in the day, Jeezy. He was spitting that drug dealer music, and him and Gucci. And guess what? A lot of young kids was out here selling drugs. Same thing with the drill era. A lot of kids killing each other. They still doing it, but it was like at a high. It was a height at the time where it was just back to back, rapper. I can remember that. But now you presenting this to the children. Now we're gonna have a bunch of scammers. And it's not necessarily just black people, because whatever we do, it affects the whole world. It don't affect just black people, but the image or the stigma sticks with us. It doesn't stick to the other people, even though they commit most of the crimes in reality. In reality, if you actually look at statistics and you know how to do your due diligence and research, you will see that they commit most of the crime, especially sexual SA, especially SA against children. That's like they biggest shit.
Girl, gonna go, yeah, bitch. Spin this shit. Spin this shit.
Then it's like we get influenced by our people to be on some dumb shit. But what caused them to do that? Child SA and all of that. What's going on in the head? What is that a default setting in the minds of, you know, I want to say 57% of them, 99% of them are men out of that 57%? How do it come across your mind to do such a thing? That's just like, I can't wrap my head around it, because that ain't what we live in. Just like the mindset of having other people on our mind, like them, we're not thinking about them all day. I may be speaking on in this video, but I understand the grand scheme of things, where while we're in this state of a mindset in this society, because there's a history behind it. It's something that's been implemented throughout the years. Just like this, we had Trina, we had the gangster rap era. We had them take control of the messages that we put out. And this is another example of that. I know this is going to be a long video because I was just ranting, but I was just speaking from the heart and the mind. These people are programming and conditioning our children, and a lot of y'all don't realize it. Y'all don't realize it. And that's the sad part, because a person like me could see you on the street, meet you in person, and tell you these things, and you don't believe it. That they actually have, it's not a conspiracy. They actually have plans. They actually have laws in place against us. They actually put people, idols, so-called, in place against us. You look at the subject matter of what they talking about, and look at the subject matter of which the people they put as our idols are talking about. Because some of their idols, yeah, like Taylor Swift, she talk about the same subject matter, but she won't be viewed in the same light, obviously, because of the color discrepancies. But let's go.
Following a report on Tuesday covering the reactions to seeing Young Miami get praised for her Spin That Song at the BET Awards, India Arie is now reacting to the backlash she's now receiving after criticizing the song's success. It's always some washed up hag coming from out of the woodwork to try to knock down the success of another woman rising. India Arie hasn't had a hit since 2005. The fact that you...
Now, this sound like a girl version of a Drake fan, right? And I'm not saying she's a Drake fan. I'm saying it's eerily similar to a Drake fan when somebody calls something out about them that's obviously true. Instead of focusing on the actual topic at hand, they're going to criticize and attack the person that's saying what they said when they didn't really have an attack. India Arie's post wasn't that bad, but let's go. She just said some of our people really don't want to be free. And obviously, I'm paraphrasing, and she realized that. She realized that some of our people don't want to be free. And it is what it is. Essentially, that's what she said.
You felt the need to get on your old ass soapbox and speak on it says a lot about you.
The person that said that, Kalahari, that might be a gay dude that will fight a woman because he thinks he's one. Like, that's the fucked up part about that mentality of these dudes.
Disconnected systems. Oh, you're ahead. With SAP Concur.
This game, you're not ready for it.
You're in the middle of this beautiful sci-fi environment. And you're seeing intrigue, the espionage, the alliances going on. The power that shifts around. It is. It's amazing to watch.
Simple actions can have massive effects.
You can cooperate with people, compete with them, make friendships, deceive them, betray them.
As a dark-skinned woman in Hollywood who understands just how that plays out in Hollywood, would decide to use her time and her platform not to have a conversation with Young Miami just as sisters, but instead decide to openly say that she believes that this song Spin That should be boycotted.
Did she say that? I don't, like, even if she did say that, that is necessary. Because it's promoting some bullshit. I don't know where these women's heads at. I don't think they be thinking shit through. I don't think they be doing their due diligence on looking on history and how speech actually makes us different. How what you visualize makes us different. I don't think she did her research on the Cosby effect. How the Cosby show made black, not made, but sparked something in the minds of black people to start going to HBCUs and shit. And it was at an all-time high because of the images that we was receiving. Now, Spin That shit is the stupidest shit. I didn't hear the song. I didn't hear the whole song. I heard the hook before, but I only heard it because of social media. Scrolling, I hear it in the background of a video, somebody dancing or something. But for the most part, it's doodle butter side of trash bag juice, especially for your spirit. And she trying to defend it lets me know she's low vibrational, even though she's trying to speak as if she's an intellectual, a real smart person.
India Arie is saying that Young Miami songs.
Once I seen a bonnet, it's a wrap. Any woman got a bonnet on, you trash. Because you covering up your natural hair, you trash. You got on a weave or a wig, you trash for the culture. You going to Asian establishments after we was dared by not just one but several, a lot of them, to boycott them, you trash. You want to go? Actually, if something happened to you when you go there and you get hurt because they don't respect you and they punch you up, that is not of our concern. Because you're not concerned with the boycott. We want respect. And if you want to keep going there and get disrespected like it has been going throughout the decades for a long fucking time, even probably, matter of fact, we're going to start at Latasha Harlins, but I'm pretty sure it was going on beforehand. But we got a bunch of history of them not giving a fuck about us. One of them shot a child, nigga, a 2-year-old, for grabbing a ball in the yard. Come on. And y'all don't know the history of nothing. Y'all don't know what we fought for to bring them over. Like, to bring equality to everybody. But
In that is bad because it's influencing people to go steal.
Y'all don't know about the imagery, man. Y'all don't know the importance of it. Of what you show your kids and how they brains is a fucking sponge. This a child here.
Arie is saying that Young Miami song Spin That is bad because it's influencing people to go steal, and they're not listening to the message of the beat, they're just listening to the song. I just think that's so funny because the whole industry is doing it. Y'all just...
So, the whole industry doing it, so it's good for her to do that. The whole industry is doing that. So it's good for her to do that. So, just because that person killed the person and that person killed the person, you know, he good because that person did this. You know, history built on people doing stuff like that, unaliving everybody. That's what it's built on. So it's cool.
I just hate to see people at a certain point. My thing is, if you're gonna,
I'm sorry to call her dumb. She uninformed, not too smart. I'm not to call her dumb, but she ain't. She probably got some type of intelligence, but not enough to tackle this topic.
Call out Young Miami. You might as well call out everybody. Y'all using Young Miami because she's popping right now, and I
using Young Miami because she's popping. Remember, she was getting pissed on. Remember, she tried to get Diddy out with a letter. Remember that? You know, it's these things about character also that comes into play. But I'm not even going to get into her character. The song itself is doodle butter. I'm one that calls out trash all the time. Whether it's Drake, whether it's Young Thug, whether it's Future, whether it's Playboy Cardi, whether it's a bunch of trash ass rappers, bro, that talk about nothing, that just scrambles your fucking brain and make you stupid. Those type of rappers, I call them out all the time. And it's a bunch of people that's calling it out. It's just you inside your bubble in your space where you think nobody ain't calling that shit out.
I just think that's some hating ass shit. Mind you, if somebody is listening to a song and they decide to go steal, that's not Young Miami's problem. That's a you issue.
Now, a part of her first response to the song, she would reply to a Threads user who would call for Young Miami's song Spin That to be boycotted. The user would first say, "I'm calling for a boycott of Young Miami's song Spin That. I believe it's degrading to our culture. At some point, we have to take seriously the power music has over our perception and the values it reinforces. This can't be the song of the summer." Now, in her response, Arie would go on to say, "I spent my entire adult life caring way too much because I finally learned that not everybody cares with a capital C, and explaining it to them is not going to make them care.
Facts.
Everything you listen to or eat is going to influence you, so make wise choices."
That's your diet. That's why we got so many single mothers out here, because part of their diet is consuming, making stuff. Just fuck some niggas for some money. Or they listen to Cardi B, just fuck some niggas for money. All this shit. This all they consuming. Sexy red, my booty hole brown. This what they consuming. Idiocy.
Now, this would be a collective of responses, with her even admitting feeling disappointed that this is what listeners are enjoying today. Now, after several outlets would pick up the story, it now appears that some listeners feel she's a hater and even have interpreted her response as someone who is calling on a boycott of the hit song.
And she never said that.
On Wednesday, Arie would end up reacting to angry Young Miami fans and would clarify that she is not asking for people to boycott the song, and with that, she would not be apologizing. A part of her response to people checking her for her stance, Arie would go on to say, "Look, LOL, if y'all gonna drag about what I said and not with what somebody else told you I said, I did not call for a boycott. That was someone else, LOL. This is absurd from y'all, LOL, jeez." Now, over on her Instagram, she would continue clarifying her position, stating that the song is a reflection of where we are today, followed by a nearly 20-minute video on her Substack platform,
I want to hear
explaining her issues with the song, and would go on to further clarify her stance.
It is being wrongly reported on some of these blogs that I am calling for a boycott of the song of the summer. I don't need to tell you what the song is. If you don't know, then you don't need to know. And if you do know, then you already know. And if you want to know, you can go look it up. Everything has a frequency. People are like, it's just a song.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nothing is just
anything.
That intelligence. Everything has a frequency.
Frequency, vibration, shit that hit your brain Yeah.
Colors have a frequency. Names have a frequency. Cities, states have different frequencies. Mountains have a frequency. Rivers have a different frequency from mountains. Mountains by rivers have a specific frequency. Food has a frequency. And music is
Definitely.
pure frequency. It is sound frequency. And when you put sound together with words and it's rhythmic, you get inside of people's subconscious mind. And that is the power.
And she don't and what Young Miami is uninformed. I was gonna say idiot, but the goddess, India Arie, is in my presence, even though this is not actually her. This is her speaking in past tense, because it's a video that actually came out already. But I'm gonna respect it. The past image of her speaking truth. So in that presence, let's go.
Of a song, of lyrics, melody set to a rhythm. That's the power of it. It has power over you, over us.
Facts.
And I said what I said, and I was clear in my comments. I know I was. And so you can go see my comments and know that I mean what I said. And so for that song of the summer, I won't be listening.
Imagine
Yeah.
being able to build anything.
And we're going to end that video there. I ain't gonna hold you up. We're going to end the video there, cause she made her point. She made her point. A lot of this music is trash. Y'all like it, like Drake, like NBA YoungBoy. It's trash. It's just negative influence on the youth because their minds aren't fully developed. So it's still being programmed and conditioned with everything that they see. As she said, and as I say a lot, music, TV shows, movies, images, all of that is programming and conditioning. That's why if I walk into the pyramids, I will get a different feeling than a person that is not melanated. Let me put it that way. Because those images will resonate with me. That's why certain images like on the Sphinx in Giza, they shot the noses, they shot the nose off of statues purposely so we couldn't see ourselves inside of those statues, inside those monuments. Actually, not even statues, these was monuments. So yeah, it's different. We know these images bring vibration, frequencies. Not, I can't say we know, because we all don't know. I walk around people, I want to say 95% of the time that don't know. Because what did Erykah Badu say? She said something like 85% of the world is followers. 10% are leaders. And 5% are observers. And I'm an observer. India Arie, she's an observer. And when you inside that observer mindset, if you decide to speak your mind on what it is, you're going to have a lot of opposition. Because 95% of the world are followers. And 10% are leaders. And out of those 10%, I want to say 5% are the evil one. No. I give it 7% are fucking evil. Then we got 3% of leaders that are in good faith. So I know where I'm at. I'm an observer. I'm not a leader. I don't want to lead nobody nowhere. I observe things, but being an observer, like I said, you able to see things for what it is, and you're gonna have a lot of people that oppose your viewpoint. But if you're a follower, you're not gonna have a lot of people oppose your viewpoint. Just like the grifting black people that decide to go against black people. You're gonna have minimum people oppose your viewpoint because majority of your followers follow the viewpoint of you because they're racist, right? No one black is gonna follow somebody down in black people all day. Now I ain't gonna say nobody black because there's still those select few of black people that don't identify with being black. So yeah, you had those few, but I ain't gonna go too deep because it's about to be a 30-minute video. But if y'all want to watch the rest of this video, go on Hype Plus and y'all responds. But with that being said, like, subscribe, and share. Stay peaceful, productive, and positive. It's that nigga Mine, and much love.
Can I be real or is it boring? To give you a peace of mind, cause mine is so enormous. Way past the norm, Norman, while you're conforming. Like comforting mattresses that comfort them with torment snoring. Like you in your own home with a home phone. I'm on like E.T., got a phone home past the moon. It's not a movie, I'm about to fly past it soon.